As a property manager, you just don't hold leases. Every building basically runs on different kind of vendors, elevators, insurance, cleaning, which means that every contract can auto-renew on its own date, at its own rate, and you have to watch all of them. So what we build in Contracko is to make it very easy to track your counterparties, and then also the contracts from those counterparties. So for example, we have here the parties view, and our entity is Brightwater Property Group. We can then click on the Brightwater Property Group and see all these different contracts that we have here. But more specifically, we could also take a look at a certain vendor or a certain counterparty. So here we have Cedar Holdings, and if you're specifically interested in one, we can also just type it in here, and then we also have Cedar Grove Clinics. But let's take a look at Cedar Holdings because they have 4 contracts. So here we have some general information, legal name, and also a display name that you can customize according to your needs. And over here in this tab, we have the contracts view. So here we see all the contracts with this counterparty. And then we can also see some key dates in this contract, whether the contract is active and what kind of contract that is. So in one view, you can already see what relation you have to this party. So let's click on the property management for Cedar Holdings, for example. Then we can see the contract. We can see here again the parties, Brightwater Property Group and Cedar Holdings. There might be some key dates that you want to track, like the notice deadline. You can set it over here and basically get notices when you really want to make sure you get noticed for the notice deadline, so you can renew the contract or terminate. Let's do another one. So let's remove the filter here. Let's say we're looking at Northwind Health. So Northwind Health also has a few contracts. And they also have, for example, an open-ended contract over here. But open-ended might still have some renewal terms. So let's take a look at the dates and renewal terms, and we see that here it is open-ended. But there might be some alerts that we have to set. So if it's open-ended, we might want to do an annual review. And this is like a SaaS subscription, basically. So now we're doing this annual review to still understand if we really want to continue with this contract. So there's a alert for that. You can annually check if you still need this subscription. So this is basically how you can easily, across all these different contracts and all these different parties, keep track per party how you want to manage them, if you want to renew them, if you want to set alerts, what the conditions are, and what your relation to that specific vendor is. So we make that easy with Contracko. If you want certain parties, if you want certain contracts tracked, you can have Contracko do that for you. We have a free trial on the website, so you can try it out for your business.